Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Your Weekly Checkup with Dr. Travis, where we are talking about today's trending topics. But to this month, if you're watching this thing live and not recorded, we're going to bring you a 4-part series in the month of May, all about your ladies in your life, or the ladies watching this. We're bringing this to you directly, okay? Because we've got some really important things we want to share with you, and we think this month is the perfect timing to share this with you. So if you're watching on replay, this information, these topics are going to carry through all 12 months of the year. We're going to be focusing on these particular topics this month. The first one is self-care. Kind of a buzzword, right? Everybody says, oh, you need self-care. There's like books on this stuff. There's a couple great authors that have written some books about self-care. But let's not make it too complicated, okay? The first thing, a little controversial, I say this all the time, parents or moms kind of look at me funny, especially the first time I say it, but the truth of the matter is, you got to put yourself at the top of the totem pole. So, when we're going through this month, and especially with this topic of self-care, we really need to say that your health, your life, your happiness is the utmost importance, because you are going to show the people in your life, especially your kids, your spouse, that you taking care of you is the most important thing. So when they become you, or when they look up to you, they're going to know that they need to make sure that they are very well taken care of. Because if you don't take care of yourself, it is very difficult for you to give everything to someone else. And so when we talk about self-care, it's all about filling your cup full of amazingness and happiness so that you can then pour that cup out on to the people into your life. So obviously, I think a huge component of that is your ability to adapt to stress, and I think the number one thing you can do for that is to get adjusted by your chiropractor. So, number one thing in self-care, I think, is to have an amazing chiropractor on your team. Those of you that are members of our practice, I appreciate you. My goal is to help you, and you've heard me say this to you probably many, many times, help you put yourself first. The second thing I want you to do anytime you're stressed out, and I want you to try to do this every single day to kind of push off the extra stress, is I want you to set aside some time to get moving. So whether you go for a walk, or go to yoga, or go to a class, exercise class, you can do this by yourself, you can do this with a group of people, maybe just with one friend, but you got to get moving. That exercise is really going to fuel your fire, and it's really going to make you feel and function the best you possibly can. After that, you live a life of nonstop craziness. Whether you stay at home and work 24/7, or you go to a job and then you come home, and the whole time you're home you're working 24/7, your job requires a lot of fuel. So making sure you're fueling your body with the right food. So eating well. I don't want you to make this too stressful, too complicated either. If you need some help on that, we definitely have the resources to help you find some good food in your day to help fuel your day. So at the end of the day, you're not crashing and burning and exhausted and yelling at people in your life because you just are completely depleted. Okay, so we got to make sure that you've got the energy you need. Then, I really think it's important, especially right now as society is kind of coming out of this pandemic, or at least on the doorstep of coming out of this pandemic, I really think you need a disconnect in order to connect. So I love that you're watching this video. I love that you're on our social media pages, but I really want you to get off your phone, get off your tablets, get off of your technology, your social medias, and really get out there and connect with another human. It could be one person at a time. You could be 6 feet socially distanced. You could wear a mask or not wear a mask. I don't care, but you need to connect with people. Okay? You got to have your friends. You got to have, one of the biggest things in life, in business, in everything. And I just talked to my 18-year-old daughter about this. You're going to become like the 5 people you surround yourself with. So take stock in your 5 people you surround yourself with, and make sure you're connecting with some amazing people that help push you to be the best version of yourself and not dragging you down to their less than awesome version. Okay? And last but not least, make sure you get some sleep. Beauty rest, or just recharge. Make sure you're recharging those batteries, because your longevity, your health is directly proportional to how much sleep you get. So I'm way over my 3 minutes this week, but this was a super important one. And I hope that you really take self-care seriously, and let me know what I can help you with in your journey to better self-care. Thank you for joining us on your weekly checkup with Dr. Travis. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next week.